moving on to the Dallas Mavericks, just got finished talking about Harden in that situation and talking about how this could have been avoided if someone would have had the balls enough to change their offense and say, Harden, we cannot do this high screening roll, 5-man out, step back three or to the rim, jack up threes, offense anymore. We have to do something better than that. I don't care how good you are. This isn't sustainable. Once you leave your prime, you can't even play that style anymore. That's not an old man's game. You can't last long. The end of your career looks like James Harden when you try to play that, or it looks like Westbrook when you try to play that. You have to develop off-ball skills. You have to develop. I mean, stop giving your best player the ball and telling him to be your point guard. James Harden, Westbrook, Luka, LeBron, I don't care who it is, Kevin Durant and Phoenix, stop giving them the ball and say, be my point guard. That junk is old. Get back to real offense. Run real offense. Because once you get older and you can't out muscle or outrun or out quick people, I mean, it's going to be harder and harder for you to sustain that. So that's why I wanted Dallas to get away. And Dallas fans didn't understand it. I'm only critiquing Dallas and Luka in such a way because Luka is too good to fall and go down the James Harden road. I've seen the end of that movie with James Harden and Westbrook. It doesn't look good. Luka's too good to go down there. Change it now. And that's what Kyrie Irving has been doing with Luka. I'm gonna show you a couple of things. Right. So this is from the game against New Orleans. And Kyrie Irving went off. Luka went off. They blew the New Orleans Pelicans out, right? Look at this sequence right here. Okay, so this is Luka off a made basket, and this is what I want to see. You have a real point guard in Kyrie Irving. Yes, he's a scoring point guard, but you mess a lot of things up once you start moving things around and saying, all right, Luka's my point guard, even though he's 6'8" and 250 and slow, right? I'm going to make him be point guard, and I'm going to make my small guy and Kyrie be the shooting guard. So now he's out of position as a shooting guard and undersized. And then I'm going to make Tim Hardaway Jr. be my small forward, which is not his natural position. So everybody is outside of their natural position, and you know, you're going to miss out on a lot of small things that help you win really, really close games when you do stuff like that, right? Just like this play right here with Kyrie Irving coming up court pushing. You see how he pushed and stepped right into a pull-up, and he got fouled on that, right? But he puts a lot of pressure on the defense when he has the ball coming up court. It's just a different dynamic. Luka has his way of doing it as well, but it's not a fast pace. It's not pace, right? And you're gonna hear Kyrie talk about pace later on in this video. So that's one example of Luka not being the point guard. I think this should be more the norm. Like even with the Boston Celtics when they had the big three, Paul Pierce brought the ball up sometimes. In the fourth quarter, when it was time to get buckets, they'll spread the floor and let Paul Pierce go one-on-one or ISO, right? That's what I want for Luka. I want Kyrie Irving to be the real point guard for this team like Rondo was, right? And I want Luka to just get his 30 shots, just shoot. I mean, I want the play to end with Luka. I want them to set screens for Luka. I want him to be in the post. I want him to move without the ball. I want him to get back doors. I don't want him to exert so much energy just trying to get a bucket. All his buckets shouldn't be contested step back threes or driving down the paint after a high screening roll and shoulder bumping and forearm pushing people and hoping the refs don't call it and getting shots that way. Like I don't want that to be all of his buckets. Right. That's going to be easy to lock down at some point in the playoffs with good teams. Right. But in the fourth quarter, when you need a bucket, I want them to be able to go to some of that. But to have that as the basis of your offense is not good. Right. So that's Kyrie. That's an example of Kyrie pushing the pace. Right. Here's Kyrie again. Now I didn't see the play before this, but judging that Valanciunas is on Luka, it looked like that they might have had a screen and a switch, and Valanciunas might have switched on Luka, and now Luka is he's trying to deny Luka from getting the ball, and Luka's trying to get the ball. He wants that ball at the top of the key so he can go ISO 1-on-1 with the mismatch. That's pretty much what their offense is. Luka at the top of the key out the high screen and roll. He's going to make a decision whether he's going to go 1-on-1 to the paint, step back for the three, or if the double come, he'll make the pass, right? Kyrie Irving since last season has been talking about not wanting to play that way. He's not calling Luka out by name, but if you hear his context clues when he say pace, when he say team ball, when he says other players got other skill sets that they could use, when he starts saying stuff like that, he's a roundabout way of telling you. And how I know these context clues are valid is because listening to Dallas Mavericks podcasts and radio stations, and they start telling you inside stuff that only reporters know about how many team meetings they had last season, and how people expressed that they didn't like playing in that offense with Luka, and they wanted to play with more pace and all that stuff. And all those players that were saying things like that, they're gone now. Christian Wood, JaVale McGee, those guys, right? But they expressed their displeasure with that playing in their offense. So we know that a lot of them don't like it. So here's Luka trying to get that ball back so he can go ISO. And what normally everyone usually does is stay in their place at the 3-point line, just standing there. But Kyrie's not going to do that. In the last video, when I broke down film for the Dallas Mavericks, you see Kyrie flash that free throw line a lot of times. This is common sense what you do. Like, you flash to the middle, right? You flash to the free throw line, right? That's common sense. So he's doing that. They can't get Tim Hardaway can't get the ball. He found Kyrie Irving at the top of the key because he flashed to the free throw line. But look at Kyrie Irving. That's pretty much a high post situation he's in. The first thing he started thinking about is, can I make a play out of this position? Not can I turn and turn this into a shot for myself. And good for Luka for noticing that, because he sees that Kyrie Irving is looking to make a play. So Luka, he can still exploit this mismatch of Valanciunas because he's quicker than him. He doesn't have to do it with the ball in his hand to exploit this mismatch. That's way more predictable. When you spread the floor, you got a mismatch. I'm going to go 1-on-1. Either they're going to back off of you and give you a wide open three, or they're going to get up on you, whatever the case may be. But this is way more deadly because depending on how they react to this, Kyrie Irving might have an opportunity to spin out of this and get him an open shot. But look at how he did this. He went back door. Now, first of all, Luka really didn't want to go and use that back door. He just wanted to shake Valanciunas enough to get the ball so he can go 1-on-1 with him. But Kyrie threw the ball ahead of him where Luka had to be forced to run to catch the ball. And that put him already in a situation where he can go get the layup. But Luka's not that quick. So he probably, even though he already got his shoulders ahead of Valanciunas, he didn't turn this into a layup, but he did turn it into points. Right? So he did exploit that and use his momentum to keep going. And when he shot the three, I want you to see what Kyrie Irving does. Look at Kyrie Irving as this shot goes in. This is him letting him know, I'm telling you, this is what we do. That Kyrie Irving gave him, yes, this is what we want to do. Did you see that? This is what I've been telling you. Move without the ball. You don't have to do everything with the ball. This is what I'm telling you, right? It's going to be another play, right? When Luka, like, this team can make plays without Luka making the play for him. So here he is. They getting into action. A couple of dribble handoffs, and then it's going to end up in Kyrie's hand up top. Now look at Luka. They're so used to Luka coming to get this ball up top at the top of the key so he can make this play. But so he's denying the ball. Marshall's denying the ball, and he's not even looking at the ball. He can't even see it. Look at the paint wide open. This is Luka playing off the ball, moving without the ball, and getting a backdoor, getting a play made for him. He don't have to make all the plays for everyone, right? The fact that if he keeps wanting to do that, that shows me he just wants the stats and he wants the attention and limelight. He don't have to do it. He can still get his buckets and still get his shots, moving without the ball. Look at that. Kyrie Irving is more than capable of being a point guard for this team. Look at that backdoor pass to Luka, and he get the point. They're way more dangerous if Luka is concentrating on scoring. I'm so good of a scorer. I can score in the post. I can score driving. I can score shooting. I can score in an ISO situation. I can score off the ball, backdoor, and all this stuff. He's too good to be stuck playing like James Harden. That backdoor pass was beautiful, right? So let Luka concentrate on getting 30 a game, 35 a game if you want to. Get up 30 shots a game if you want to. Get to the free throw line 10 times if you want to. Go nuts. Shoot all the shots you want. Let Kyrie Irving worry about getting the offense ran and everybody set up and running with pace, right? This is what Dallas want to do. They want to run like that, right? This is what they want to run. They like that, right? That's what they like to do. They like to run, right? So, here's Kyrie Irving having a conversation at the post game.
The way we're playing as a team. Oh yeah. It looks easy, but just the way everybody's running the balls, flying around. Yeah. Is it easy to play? Yeah, no, it's easy to play that way when you're not turning the ball over, you're keeping the other team off the free throw line, you're getting stops consecutively, and you have spurts of 4 or 5 minutes where a play isn't being called. It's just constant pace running. We're running to our spots, and we're just remembering the little details that make us a great squad. Individually, we have talent, but as a team collectively, when we're all hitting on cylinders like that, like tonight, you can see a result like that. So it felt good. Definitely easy pace to play. But the question for us that we always have to answer is, do we want to be consistent with it? And that's something that starts with our preparation, starts with how much rest we get, starts how serious we're taking these teams in the league, and setting a precedent for ourselves so we know our style of play sooner than other teams do.
They don't like the Luka system. They don't like Luka at point guard. He keeps saying pace. How many times did he say pace, pace, pace? We like to play at pace. The pace is always picked up when Luka don't have the ball in his hand. Luka slows it down. They play with pace. Kyrie is going to play with pace. He put a lot of pressure on you in the fast break situation. He come down full speed and he can pull up from 3 with ease or get all the way to the hole with ease. Right? They gotta if they want to take this team to the next level, let Kyrie run point guard. Let someone be the 2 guard, whether it's Tim Hardaway Jr. or who you want it to be, and let Luka be your small forward. Grant Williams be your power forward. Lively be your center, which is the lineup they start with. They start with that lineup. It's just it's out of whack. It's the same names on the floor, except the roles are out of whack. They got Luka with the ball. Now, when you got Luka with the ball, that limits some of the things that Kyrie Irving can do. Even though he's a good post up, he's only 6'2". He can post up and score, but he's 6'2". I'd rather have Luka post up. I would rather run plays for Luka. It's more of an option because he's a 6'8" big body, right? I would rather the play in with Luka. I would rather Kyrie get his points like a point guard normally get him, like Rondo did. Like Rondo wasn't looking for his points. He was looking for his teammates to set them up, and we're looking to run the offense and looking for the mismatch. But every now and then he knew, like a point guard, I can sneak and go get my point right here. Boom. They're not looking. Boom. I'm going in there. Right. Or he's doing other things, or they might not pay too much attention to him and he pull up, and he wasn't even a shooter like that. So imagine not paying attention to Kyrie a little bit because you worried about what's going on behind you with the screens and trying to get Luka involved. And then Kyrie pull up for the 3. So point guards get that stuff a little bit off schedule. You're not calling plays for your point guard necessarily. They get that stuff off schedule. They get that stuff in the fast break. You get what I'm saying? And then for a player like Kyrie, in that rare opportunity where I got my best player with the ball in the ISO situation, now I can use Kyrie as a catch and shoot in that situation. But you got more offense and more option when you use Kyrie at the point and Luka off the ball as a small forward. That's just my opinion. That's what I've been saying since 2 seasons ago. These stats are great. All right. If you want to get the MVP this year and get these stats, great, man. But at some point, man, stop playing like this. You're not the point guard. You're not the point guard. And it's selfish to keep saying, I want to be the point guard. You want to be the point guard and the guy shooting all the shots? Come on, man. Split that role up. Let Kyrie get one of those roles and you take the other one, and y'all be more dangerous. That's my thoughts on that, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section, and I'll catch y'all.